We headed into the Columbia Gorge to soak in some nature, including Yakima Falls and the Bonneville Hatchery, where we met Herman, the 80-year-old sturgeon, at their interpretive center. We made a quick stop in Hood River to pick up breakfast, then continued on to Caprio Cellars in Walla Walla. Emily, their hospitality manager, met us at the door with sparkling wine.
Tell us the story of Caprio and how you came to wine, because I know that you've been a wine lover and weren't exactly a Washington wine lover.
Found myself driving back and forth between Tri-Cities and here for my main job of construction, and I thought, who in the world's making wine out in eastern Washington? And then I went to Seattle, and Lake Cole was on the wine list, and I asked the waiter, I said, is this stuff any good? And he goes, this stuff will blow your mind. And so I ordered a bottle of Lake Cole Merlot, and it blew my mind. And so I started stopping at Woodward Canyon, Lake Cole, and seeing what they had to offer, and it was pretty special. You know, I was very Napa-centric at that point. And so in 1999, I moved here from Spokane to do this, and it's just been a progression of buying this property in 2003, and then planting our Eleanor vineyard in 2005, making our first wine in 2008. And so that was kind of the impetus of getting here in the early days. So just by design, the tasting room's 2 to 3 to 4 times bigger than most tasting rooms. And people want to be in their little cliques. They don't want to share a table. Like, they don't want to sit down with us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's just whatever it is, I just kept recognizing that. So we have always been by appointment only. And my friends were really critical of that, because they're like, you got to take as many people as come. And I go, here's the deal. We're going to do 20 people per group. So 20 people per time slot, and it's 4 times a day. And we're going to do them in 90-minute increments. It was very, very, pragmatic and engineer-like. And we're going to do appointment only. But they're like, you have to have 200 or 300 people through your room, or you're not going to sell as much wine. And I said, here's the deal. I would rather sell 80 people wine and have them leaving, totally stoked, than sell 200 people wine and have them leaving, I didn't get the Syrah because they were too busy, or I didn't get the Cab because it was this or whatever. And then the other thing that, just kept bothering me is I would see, like, the owners and winemakers didn't see this, but I would see the people in the corner. And so there's 4 people in a group, let's say, and they each pay $20 to taste, and they're in the corner, and so they're having a good time, and then all of a sudden it becomes time to decide how they're going to get out of there alive. And they're like, we're in this $80. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do? You don't like the rosé, you don't like the Syrah. What are we going to buy to get out of here alive? And it's agonizing.
Yeah.
And it takes this beautiful experience to kind of this point where it's like awkward. And so I said, you know what? We're not going to charge for tastings. We're going to avoid that whole little awkward thing. And we're going to, it's a philosophy, the equity theory I learned in business school. It's like, we're just going to have people in. And we're going to ask them if they enjoyed themselves, buy a couple extra bottles of wine. And it's been very successful. People are like, finally, nobody's nickel and diming me. I'm going to buy 6 more bottles of wine.
Yeah.
And by the way, they fed me. Not only they fed me, but they got one of the best chefs in town. And the offering is not like a charcuterie plate. It was like whatever he's making, whatever's fresh coming from the farm. And so it's been, I would say that our tasting room sales are 2x of what I know around the valley. And it's because people come here and have such a great experience, they want to be part of it. And they want to take the wine home. And it's also risky, but here's the deal. If it didn't work, what would I have to do? Charge a tasting fee. So right. we haven't had to do that yet.
Right.
So it took a little bit to get out on the skinny branches, and people thought I was crazy, but it's been, we have 393 5-star reviews on Google, which is, 275 more than the next winery. What's the chef
Well,
got today?
So we have a wonderful burrata over stone fruit with fresh tomatoes from the season. Drizzles it with beautiful olive oil from D'Olivo downtown. We also have kind of a classic bruschetta with the first tomatoes of the season. He devils in there a little Castelvetrano olives and capers, just adding like this nice briny characteristic to it. Grilled ciabatta, and then we have catetes, which is a classic Greek meatball with pork and lamb. We do pickled Walla Walla sweet onions on top with a traditional tzatziki, and then fresh feta as well.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
we'll kind of course that out and pair it along for you.
Brilliant. Sounds delicious.
This wasn't something special just for us. This is what they do for each and every guest that walks through their door. The location is just south of Walla Walla and has beautiful views of the Blue Mountains and the Walla Walla Valley. That evening, we stayed at the Finch, a fresh and quirky boutique hotel in downtown Walla Walla. Watch for all the details on all the amazing places and wineries we visited, coming soon to Fresh Grape Chronicles.